Good morning and welcome to Treasure Earth Metal Detecting. I'm Wayne May. Today I'm just at a local schoolyard here. Um, it's a great place to do some cleanup. Also, I find in these schoolyards there's a lot of coins, not terribly old, but there certainly is a lot of coins on these fields, pennies mostly. Yesterday I did a club hunt with the local club here, again in a schoolyard, and I did manage to find this nice US half dollar, 1971, and as you can see there, really nice coin. It's great when you pull out some of the bigger coins because they could be anything for sure. So we're gonna go. It's a beautiful day. We're gonna go out and just go over this field and see what we can find. Remember, on these school fields, make the holes nice and clean. 3 sides again, and just flip it open like a box so you're not disrupting. The grass can grow back and you don't really disrupt anything. Let's see what we can find today. So just moving about 50 yards or so, already found a nickel and a few pennies. As expected in this field, they're not too old, 70s and 80s and things like that. This community is not terribly old, 40 years maybe. Remember in the field like this too that you don't bring a shovel to a field like this. You don't want to start making big holes and things like that. So I just recommend using one of these gardening knives or a small hand spade, either from metal detecting store or just the garden center. We got to keep it nice and neat, or it sort of defeats the purpose of that. I'm going to head toward the other side of the field here. We'll do another 50 yards and then we'll check back in. So looking through the field again, a few pennies. I did come across a nice 1951 penny here in this field. It's nice to find anything in the 50s in a field this sort of young. Remember to make, you get your signal off the detector, remember to make the hole sort of big enough. I know that in fields often we try to make the smallest hole, but you got to make it big enough. We pinpoint as close as we can, of course, but we make the holes decent enough size that it's not damaging the coin. You don't want to push your knife into the side of a penny. I know I've done that a number of times that I've been off just a little bit. So remember to pinpoint the best you can. Make a decent sized hole, again just 3 sides, and then at least your target's fairly safe from the knife at that point. Let's keep looking. It looks like there's going to be quite a few pennies on this field. Here we'll give you a double signal, and you can hear it here on this area, which means the target's close to the surface. Now we're going to dig this one because it's into the 90s, and it'll be a penny likely, but you can hear that nice double signal. Let's dig it out and see what we can get. So that last signal, the double indicator, was giving us a surface signal that the target was pretty shallow, and it ended up to be a penny, sort of like predicted, because it was in the sitting 90-91 range on the detector, which typically is a coin. Sometimes it's fooled, sometimes the nemesis is a bottle cap or things like that, but if you got a nice clean signal and it's coming off the signal nice and clean without any squelch, that's iron squelch coming off it. Usually it's a coin. The nickels and quarters go into the mid, between 90 and 95 on this one. As you can see, it's a bit more gravel where I'm looking right now, and typically I find on gravel and sand and things like that, your targets are closer to the surface, so you don't really have to dig them much. You more scrape, but be careful you don't damage your target. And I'm going to go right around this perimeter of the school here, so we'll see what else we can find. So I'm on the third side of this little school. Just went through the playground, cleaned up a bunch of garbage on that. I did find one penny within the gravel. Looked like it had been there a while. It had carved off and sort of grated up, disformed it a little bit. I've got one more side to do. I'm on this. There's a lot of stuff in schoolyards that certainly throw up a signal. The nice thing about the XP Deus is that its reactivity is really quite fast, and I can pinpoint good non-ferrous signal between iron and some of the garbage that's here, and really pinpoint it. It's really a good machine for that. Sometimes you got to go between tin foil and a bottle cap, or tin foil and some iron, and it really pinpoints it well. So I'm really impressed. Like I said, we got one more side to do, and then we'll call it a day. Let's see what we can find on this last side. Hey, so I finished going around the school. I stayed pretty tight to the actual buildings, which is what a lot of detectors do. Found some trinkets, some pennies. The good find was that 1950s penny, which is very cool. I seem to gauge it on coins before I was born. Seemed to be kind of exciting. So you know, on these, maybe you want to take a pouch with you. I just today threw everything in my pocket, but maybe a finder's pouch. I know that they're sold everywhere. And maybe even a little container just for your coins. This is, you know, just to help protect them and things like that. So what a gorgeous day today. Make sure you use some sunscreen and plenty of water if you're going out. And we'll talk to you next time. It's been a good day. Hope to see you next time. This is Wayne May from Treasure Earth. So back at the house now. Let's see what our findings are. I threw them all in my pocket. Like I said, I recommend a pouch. Unfortunately, it wasn't in my truck when I went to the park today. And maybe a little tin for your coins. But let's see what we got here. So you can see quite a lot of stuff was pulled out of the ground today. Again, the penny count was good for that. There was inside here a nice little trinket there. There was a nice little owl necklace as well, if we can see that. That's kind of cool. And but other than the 1951, 1970s, 1980s, and that nickel over there. Pretty good day, though, just for just a little bit of time around the schoolyard. All right, guys, good luck. Talk to you next time.